Today we focus on a strength. In our strength today, we're going to go ahead and do one split jerk every 2 minutes for 10 rounds. Yes, this looks familiar. We're staying with this format for one more week so that we can get through the open and our body's feeling really good, ready to perform on a Friday. Okay? So we have the split jerk. We'll be taking it from a rack. 2 minutes is plenty of time for you to share with a buddy. That way you can kind of help each other with your positions and form, but also not have to take out a ton of weight, all right, individually. So when we're going out to the rack, we want to make sure we set it up so that it's chest height. We want to make sure that we are able to get underneath it and out of the rack safely. So if you are sharing with somebody who is significantly taller or significantly shorter, you will be setting that rack up for the smaller individual, the shorter individual. Okay? It's much easier for us, for people who are taller, to squat out of the rack than for a smaller athlete to tiptoe into the rack. Okay? So that's that first piece. From here, when we get it out of the rack, we want to get into a good front rack position. We will not have the fingertip grip as if we were doing a front squat. Okay, that means we have a more firm grasp of the bar, and the bar is in more of our palm than our fingers. Elbows will be down a little bit, so you can see we have this kind of W shape with our arms. When we're doing that push jerk and our split jerk, we want to be reminded that the job of our body and our legs is to drive forcefully up. The job of the arms is when the bar gets about here with the leg drive, that you're holding it long enough to get underneath it, and we're going to drop down, okay? When we have that landing position, you can note that my toes are slightly inward, and then my back foot has my heel up, not down in the ground. All right. So again, as we go through the full movement here on that split jerk, we're going to go ahead and dip drive. We're going to land, pushing that bar up while we go down, and then we'll go ahead and recover with our feet together as one. Then we can go ahead and bring that bar down and back to the shoulder and re-rack. For some of you, you might want to drop it onto some crash pads on every rep when it gets heavy. That's fine. You can go ahead and finish your rep down and then drop it all the way down. You and your partner will have time to strip it if you need to, or lift it up back up into the rack. Okay? With the split jerk, we do want to really focus on not moving the bar forward and back, but we do want to think about our bodies going up and down, okay? While we're in a lunging position, we are going to be moving our torso up and down, and our feet just happen to split, okay? So I want you to think about that good tall position. When we do this, the knees do travel forward, all right? And our hips travel down. We're going to get a little bit of a jump up, extend the legs, and then we'll go ahead and split, feet back together, and then we'll bring it right back down, all right? For some of you, this will be more of a technique heavy strength day, and that means that while the bar may not get heavy, maybe trying to understand the split jerk a little bit better is going to be the most important piece. Now, here's a little bit of one little tip that I think that is very interesting, okay? If we're in that position and we start to drive and all of a sudden our foot splits, but it splits super early and there's not much split there anyways, it more than likely means that you're trying to push with your arms before your legs have the time. It's time to extend, okay? So we have to really drive through. Be patient. The bar is going to be lifted off of the body by the force that's driven through the legs, all right? And then your arms will start to take over with its job, okay? So little tidbit, if you do feel like the split is really shallow or you don't understand why you're not able to get down a little bit lower, it's more than likely that that push with the arms is happening and almost immediately as you start and initiate the movement. Okay, so let's focus on good solid movement. Listen to your coach or the person that you're working with. They might be able to tell you something. And then also, if you're resting, look around. Watch other people lift. You can learn a lot about movement by just watching someone else move.